your destiny. Success is your destiny. You were created, conceived, designed for greatness. And you have within you the talent, the mind, and the heart to make real all of your aspirations. So if you're willing to work hard, if you're willing to learn and apply what you've learned, to seek out and create opportunities, and to persevere against all discouragement, if you are willing to do these things, then yes, you will achieve all of your goals. More than that, you will create your success and build your happiness. Far too many of our young people succumb to the tranquilizing and paralyzing siren song of low expectations and misaligned social values. Far too many of our brilliant black and brown kids in particular do poorly and choose tragically to do poorly in school because somebody, typically somebody who looks like them, has convinced them somehow that being smart, getting good grades, speaking with correct professional English, that these things are somehow not cool. These things are said to be selling out or, heaven help us, acting white. I just want to reinforce you this morning. If you've ever heard any of that nonsense, if that lie, which has been perpetuated down through the generations, has been foisted upon you, I just want to let you know that it is a lie. And I want to help empower you to be proud of your intellect and proud of your academic achievements. From the epoch of the pharaohs, Ramses the Great, Akhenaten, etc., through the towering mathematicians of the Aztec and the Toltec empires, through the great scholars of Granada and Cordoba, those legendary Moorish cities that became seats of international learning during the Middle Ages. From that day to this, we have always been smart. We have always been intellectual. We have always been disciplined. We have always contributed, as all peoples around the world have contributed to the development of this great adventure, which is the human experience. Pain is a part of life. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. You see, we cannot always prevent terrible things from happening, but you and I have the right and we have the power to choose how we respond to those terrible things. So you may have been or you may be victimized, but that doesn't mean that you are a victim. You see, you are not defined by what somebody says about you. You are not defined by what somebody does to you. No matter what any haters, any bullies, any morally corrupt individual does or says to you, no matter what they do or say, I'm here to remind you that you are and always will be a beautiful, handsome, talented, intelligent, strong, capable, and completely unique force of nature. There may be a point in your life when you come up upon a challenge that seems insurmountable. That's when you can be like Joe Frazier. Now, Joe Frazier was one of the greatest boxers of the 20th century, but he lost the world heavyweight title in a punishing 2-round fight with George Foreman, January of 1973. The world was shocked when Frazier, who had seemed invincible, bam, went down to the campus, sit there by the freight train fists of George Foreman. Howard Cosell, the poetic and passionate sports announcer, erupted into the microphone. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! 6 times. Joe Frazier went to the canvas 6 times in the first 2 rounds of the fight. And before that second round was over, the referee came in and just ended it. It was a crushing, heartbreaking defeat for the champ. But the often overlooked side of the story is this. Joe Frazier was knocked down 6 times. But Joe Frazier got up 6 times. Yes. He refused to give in. He refused to quit. Yes, he lost the title. He lost the battle. But Joe Frazier won the war. He won the war because his character, his courage, his tenacity, his perseverance remained intact. The whole idea of perseverance was crystallized in some words that were put on paper about 130 years ago by an inspired British poet. Now you see, for years, beginning in his childhood, when he was about your age, actually a little younger than you, throughout his life, his body had been assaulted by illness, pain, agonizing disease. And that prolonged misery moved the poet William Ernest Henley to write these indomitable words. Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. And he closes with, it matters not how straight the gate or charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Cling tight and hold fast to the truth of your uniqueness and your power, and you will be able to stride through this life with the joyful confidence that Sister Maya Angelou voices in her poem. You may write me down with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me into the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. And Sister Maya closes, leaving behind the nights of terror and fear. I rise into a daybreak that is wondrously clear. And so as I bid you adieu this morning, I wish for you all of the best that this life has to offer. I charge you to lay hold of every resource that can help you to develop and grow. I charge you to believe in yourself always and to draw inspiration from individuals in your midst, from the heroes of history, from literature, from music, from art, from science. Pull on all of this, which is part of our human experience. Develop, discover that which is special about you, and then take it out into this world and fulfill that unique destiny which is your own. Finally, quoting my personal hero, Mr. Spock from Star Trek, and I mean that sincerely, my personal hero, Mr. Spock from Star Trek, it is my wish that each and every one of you will live long and prosper.